Well, there it is. Diablo 4. A new trailer has emerged. This one is called Cannibal Family Turnaround Video, and it's got a few bits of feedback going for it. 1.7k likes to 5.4k dislikes. I haven't seen it yet, so we're going to watch it now and see maybe why that's the case, and then review. I'm assuming a wizard has cast time stop or something. Zero frames right now. I felt like this second camera pan wasn't necessary. Oh no, we're getting a third one now. But isn't that the first one? Is this Borderlands? I'm going to be reviewing the comments. That's what I'm going to be reviewing. And any potential news for Diablo 4. Okay, well that was interesting. It's obviously a teaser more than anything. I don't think it's supposed to be regarded as an actual Diablo 4 here's gameplay, because that weren't gameplay. It better not be. It's just simply a video to give you guys a little bit of flavor and, you know, inspire you to get interested in Diablo 4, right? Movies do this all the time. I mean, there's little cameos and things like that, and bits of spice to sort of get your heart rate up and think, oh, Diablo 4, what have they got in store for us? Well, it's the Cannibal family, and the Cannibal family are very still, which is ironic because in this bit, it says that the Cannibals, a new monster family that's introduced, are a melee exclusive group that moves with alarming speed. Some may close the gap by leaping over obstacles and would-be competitors, while others will swiftly and deftly maneuver through other monsters to get first blood. This provides a very different experience and gives the players less time to make thoughtful positioning decisions, thus making combat with these flesh eaters feel very frenetic. Well, let's just get some of that frenetic gameplay vibe. It's just a steal. Now, how I perceive this is I don't think they have the engine that can support the frame rate at a smooth rate, because it feels sluggish even with the camera just panning, which reminds me of the Warcraft Reforged cinematics or in-game cutscenes, where even when it's the camera panning on just a few characters, it wasn't smooth. There was jitters, there were stutters, and you feel that when you see this. Like, you can see that is occurring. The camera can't even pan incredibly smoothly. So unless it's deliberately designed to be in a janky fashion, which I doubt, it felt like this is possibly the reason why they went with this direction. They wanted to get something out there to give you an idea as to what you're up against, which is cool because it's character design. You can look at them and go, oh, all right, okay, so this guy's got two giant spiked. He's a barbarian of a type, and he's just going to run at you without a single care, so you've got to keep your distance from him. They're going to have their different flavors. That guy's going to be quite quick and probably try to jump and pounce. So the personalities are coming through. I can probably tell what these creatures are going to do. This guy's obviously like ranged, so he's going to throw spears at you. That's all well and good. It's just such a fan. It's like a really fancy way of showing nothing. Do you know what I mean? And I like that they've given us something. And in this cynical age, you shouldn't necessarily just turn your nose up at it, because, you know, they could have just not released this and we wouldn't have anything. But at the same time, it felt like maybe it should have just been worked on a little bit more, just a little bit more. to give us reason, because like I say, I don't think it's finished, aka they couldn't show the characters in movement, which is what we would have probably preferred to see, how they move, because you can dissect what it is they're going to do just from your own perspective, from a still image, but you can't truly know until you see them running at you and throwing weapons at you. It is a turnaround video. Yeah, I've not actually seen any of these before. So I guess that's what a turnaround video is. I didn't actually put that together. Well done there, Apple. How many turnaround videos are there then? I've never seen this before. From at least Blizzard games, at least. There you go. All right, well, let's go and... I mean, the irony, the funny thing is IGN's got this trailer as well. I didn't see this trailer like otherwise on any other page or the Blizzard official page. So have IGN got like another sneaky exclusive, I guess, which is possibly why this has got downvoted as well, because IGN probably gets a lot of their stuff downvoted, to be fair. So let's have some fun and read some comments. I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see much more easily. Here we go. Guess it wasn't in the budget for any sort of movement. I'm trying to find a help message in this trailer. I thought cannibal was a new class, would have been original and interesting. Now it's a new family type of monsters, as we've seen. I read it as official cannabis teaser. I bet you did. Why did IGN just upload a vid of paint trial? That's a biting one. EA Battlefront 1, we have diorama mode. Diablo 4, hold my phone. Yeah, I mean, Diablo, it was released by IGN. Yeah, but IGN must have got rights to release it from Blizzard. Do you know what I mean? Blizzard must have given them the go-ahead for it. So it's not like IGN did this themselves, I don't think. Especially at the early days, I would have thought that Blizzard PR would be keeping a very close hold on anyone that's releasing anything about their games. When you go to BlizzCon, you're not allowed to record any of the gameplay screens that are showing the gameplay. Like, if you've got a mobile phone, you have to make sure that you're not capturing any of the gameplay that people are playing. So, you think they're just going to, yeah, IGN, do what you want. Release whatever videos you want. I don't think so. Stop titling non-trailers as trailers, you hacks. So, this is where I get into a bit of issue. Would you rather had this or nothing? Because it's not necessarily supposed to be like the trailer for the game. It's like, oh, Diablo 4 comes out next week, and this is what they release. It would be garbage if this is what they release. This is just to show off something, so it doesn't seem like it deserves necessarily to be absolutely panned. I think they had a typo and forgot to put Immortal for the title, because it looks like someone rubbed Vaseline all over the screen. Yeah, okay. Well, that's probably referring to like the slower frame rate as well, because I feel this again with Warcraft Reforged. The new models are so detailed, but at the same time there's like this claymation look to them, and it's really unsettling and off-putting, and they don't look like they feel like they fit in the environment, because they're essentially built upon an environment that was actually meant for, you know, more fun cartoony styles. So it's a bit concerning. Diablo 4 is supposed to be gritty and realistic. Well, that's what they wanted to do with Warcraft 3 Reforged, and look how that turned out. So be careful how far down this realistic look you go, unless you can actually pull it off without the frame rate tanking completely. Because there's no point having all these details on characters if you can't appreciate it. Remember, Diablo 3's, or Diablo 4 in this case, and I say Diablo 3 almost as a Freudian slip, because when I played it at BlizzCon, it felt like Diablo 3, but I said that it has to obviously be built up from one of their engines, or there has to be a template for it, right? So it's going to be Diablo 3. But the concern I have there is Diablo 3 was very arcadey and more catered towards consoles than for PC gamers, and Blizzard obviously need to make Diablo 4 pretty heavily PC gamer based, because the whole thing that they got into with BlizzCon, do you guys not have phones, Diablo Immortal on the mobile, you know, it was their crucial PC audience essentially, you know, saying, what the hell, Blizzard? Like, this is getting a bit of a joke now. So I'm a bit concerned with Diablo 4 being optimized more for consoles than it is anything else. We've got information here regarding better couch co-op experience, improved UI. So it's nice that console players have the opportunity to play it, but it shouldn't hamper the PC version to compensate and allow console players to be able to enjoy the game as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, let them have a version of it, sure, but don't make it for consoles and then put it on PC. That's what I'm kind of getting at. That's how it kind of feels a little bit with Diablo 3, is they obviously had intentions with Diablo 3 to make it more arcadey and easier to play. There's only a few abilities that you have to worry about. There's no sort of complication in terms of the style of the game. The weapons and the abilities are pretty straightforward, and I'm really worried that Diablo 4 is just going down the same road. People have Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a very popular, very respected game. Sure, the tech tree is a little bit ridiculous. You don't have to go as far as Path of Exile has, but you need to do something a bit more than what I currently saw at the last BlizzCon, which was a sort of a talent tree, but you could probably call it a talent branch, because it was so sort of streamlined, and it didn't feel like you could really, oh, I'm going over here, I'm going over here. It's just like pick a few leaves and then you're kind of done. My frost damage is going to be 5% more, and maybe the enemy get frozen if they attack me from time to time. Like, you got to give way more to the players, I think. Blizzard typically try to keep their games quite simplistic though, so I do have a fear that Diablo 4 is still going to go down that Diablo 3 route, which essentially means that it just doesn't have that much longevity, because Diablo 3, who really plays it anymore? Do they just play because of the seasons? And even then, who's still keeping it going? There's not sort of a draw to keep you committed to the game after the first month or two. So Diablo 4 might just be a flash in the pan. So people just ain't happy with this trailer. It looks like Blizzard would have been better off just putting nothing out. J. Allen Brack says, our community has come to expect really amazing things from us, like animations and teasers. That's obviously a knock on an apology, a supposed apology from J. Allen Brack in reference to Warcraft Reforged. Even Skyrim's loading screen was more worked than this. Oh man, I can see the resemblances when you're loading up Skyrim and you're sort of like, you're spinning the character from side to side whilst you're waiting for your load to save, or your save to load. I learned absolutely nothing out of that. I don't think that's necessarily true. Like, I'm not one of these people that sort of overreacts and starts crying about some sort of trailer that Blizzard's released or anything like that. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to just give you my humble opinion and make of that what you will. You're not going to get someone screaming and hollering and making out as if it's worst trailer ever made. Is Blizzard dead? No, it's not going to be anything like that. So you can get something out of this. You can see what the characters are like, how they're probably going to behave, but you should have got more, really. It still wasn't quite enough here to really give off the impact, because you've got to remember, Diablo 4, people are going to be looking for fast action gameplay. It's a hack and slash game. A hack and slash game, it doesn't look very good when the characters are still. That's all I'm saying. Like, I get it's a turnaround video, whatever the hell those things are. You know, just showing off the models, I suppose. But obviously it's not very popular. It's not very wanted. Looks low texture detail with really choppy FPS. Are they seriously trying to hype up people with a diorama? It's the FPS I'm worried about when flowing through it. Let's just have a little quick look again before we finish off with this. You can see it. It's not running smooth. Like, is there just too many fog effects and just too much being demanded of the engine just to show off even these characters? Because you can imagine that this is only a small section that they're showing, and the rest of the world isn't even there. It's just this environment, this area, but it does not look smooth. Which, again, if the gameplay is sluggish, slow, low frame... Look, it even started there. Do you see that? The camera janks. Because it's not... This is like properly like pre-rendered and then fully rendered and post-rendered. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're going to render the hell out of this before they properly release it. And this is the best take they essentially got. So I'm a little bit concerned The textures are definitely low quality. You can definitely tell that. But I'm not going to have too much of an issue with that because, again, gameplay is number one for me. I want my game to be smooth and fast frame rate. I don't care too much about the details on the models as long as they look good enough and I get to kill them smoothly and fluidly. So the texture thing definitely looks a bit odd when you're trying to show it off, because Diablo 3 kind of shocked me when I remember looking at that and looking at the character models and the barbarian. I was going, oh wow, the textures are really low quality. But it didn't matter once you got into the gameplay itself because it was pretty smooth. So if Diablo 4 goes too far down this realistic gritty road and makes hyper detailed models like Warcraft 3 Reforged, you could end up having like 20 frame rates, even on a monster PC, trying to play like a fast-paced, action-paced game on hardcore difficulty. People are just going to lose their characters like that. They can't possibly have it come out like that. Obviously, these very early days. I don't think Diablo 4 is coming out for at least another couple of years. But you can't. I mean, the best thing from this is for Blizzard to learn. They look at the comments and they go, okay, we'll do better. And that's all we can ask. It's Blizzard to do better. Will they do better? You guys let me know. Do you think they'll do better? What would you like to see from this trailer? Movement, maybe? Are you expecting too much? We're sorry that you were expecting movement from our trailers. Oh well, this is Witty. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. That's the Diablo 4 Cannibal Family turnaround video. I'm sure there'll be more. Even though in Blizzard there probably will be more. There'll probably be one tomorrow as well, rather than just scrapping it. All right, well, take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe.